Guys, welcome back to Liberty Micro Farm. Thanks for stopping by. Today we're going to get some transplanting done.
The tomatoes are going to get transplanted today because I don't want them that leggy. And they will go over here somewhere. Now this little nifty thing over here, see that black thing right there? That is a heater, and it literally plugs right in to the outlet. And it has a digital thermostat. And I keep it set at about 70 to 75 during the day, depending on how cold it is outside, because peppers love their heat. Today, got to get these tomatoes transplanted. I'm gonna get you turned around here and get the camera set up so you can see kind of what I do.
Hey guys, welcome back to Liberty Micro Farm. We're just doing a little bit of transplanting today. Paying no attention to this room. It's got the extra freezer, using it as a grow room. Got my dehydrator and shelves and whatnot in here. So it's a bit of a mess, so please excuse the mess. But I've got some transplanting to do, and this is the best place to do it. And so let's get started. So I don't like going out and purchasing plant stakes, the name stakes. I find it a waste of money when I can use up what we got around here. And that is kind of my motto, is use what you got. And that's just my shortened version of a quote: eat it up, wear it out, make it do or do without. And eventually that quote got changed to use it up, wear it out, make it do or do without. So that's right now the way things are. Supplies are kind of hard to get a hold of. You know, a lot of non-essential services, non-essential products. So my philosophy kind of plays real well into that right now. If I don't have it, I don't use it. If I've got it, I make it work. I find a way to make it work. So I just have these, I have a ton of these little plastic cups around, so I decided to just cut out little pieces, and that's what I've been using. So let's see here, we've got, these are the San Marzano tomatoes. So I'm just going to write that down on here. San Marzano. And I will make 6 more of those and get those to put into the pots. Now, I don't typically buy a bunch of nursery pots. They're expensive. But my local nursery has a recycling where people either dump their unused or unnecessary pots, and you can just go and get them yourself. So that's what I do. I go and get those. I got this filled up with my mix. I am going to tamp it down a little, the first layer. I'm going to make my hole as far down as I can, because these guys are tall and I want to bury those stems. So these are, what, 1.5 inch cells. They're not quite 2 inch. So you see that there? I got that. I don't know if you can see that. It's kind of in a weird light, but almost to the bottom. Now let's see if I can actually get one of these guys out. I made the mistake of watering them yesterday. There's one. Alright. Now what I'm going to do, you see how tall that is. Now tomatoes, you bury these all the way up to here, and they are going to put off roots all the way off these stems. So I'm just going to pop that right down in there. See how far down that is? Can you see that? And then I'm going to take this dirt and backfill into right up against that stem. Now see, I still have plenty of dirt or space in here to put some more dirt, so I'm just going to grab me a handful and I'm going to get it in there. Make sure I'm not burying it completely, because that's not good either. So now we have gone from, I always go around the edges and tamp that down a little bit. Just makes it easier to water so the soil's not running out when you do. So now you see how that is right there? That's like barely above as compared to these. Now it's going to put off roots off of all of that stem, which will give you a much healthier plant. Now I'm just going to get the rest of these going and get them labeled. Where's my little label? There we are, San Marzano. One of my absolute favorite sauce tomatoes. You should check them out. And there we go. Got her done. Got all 6 of those. I got 6 more of those to do. Didn't take much time. Kind of makes a big mess, but that's why I am in here and not in my house. I also don't have the workspace out in the greenhouse to do that because I only have the shelf down the one side, and I kind of need all that space for plants to grow. So got 6 more of the San Marzanos and about 9 more of other varieties, and I'm going to get those done, but I'll probably do that off camera.
Alright, and there we go. We got all 12 of the San Marzanos in here, transplanted and under the lights. Okay, so some of you might be wondering what it is I'm using for transplants. Now, this is not my seedling mix. This is what I use when I transplant. It's a professional potting mix, quote unquote, from Wilco. Yep, see, Wilco brand. Here is what I love. So we've got bark, compost, pumice, softwood, biochar, perlite, sand, sphagnum peat moss, dry poultry litter, fish bone meal, feather meal, blood meal, oyster shell, alfalfa meal, kelp meal, and limestone for pH control. Anyways, that is what I've been using. I find it to be some pretty good stuff. It does really well holding on to moisture. Look at that color. That is just amazing. And if you get your hands wet and get wet and into the soil, your hands literally turn, yep, see there, right there. Your hands turn black from all that biochar. That is amazing stuff. This is what I've been using. The Sun Gold, Black Gold seedling mix. That's pretty good stuff. It's real fine. And I don't have any left. I'm almost out. But it's got, you know, your usual, your perlite, your real fine peat moss and other things in it, and it does really amazing job in germinating my seeds, as you can tell. So that's what I like to do for the seeds. But for transplanting, seedling mix doesn't typically have a whole lot of nutrients in it, so I like to use the other.
All right, what's next? Probably take a couple things out to the greenhouse.
All right, on my way to open up the greenhouse. A little late doing so this morning. Ooh, it is toasty. Toasty in here. Morning, lettuce. Ooh, look. We have broccoli. Yay. You see those? Oh my goodness. Oh, and I don't know if can you see? Let me see if I can focus in. That one right there. There it is. See that? Savoy cabbage. Ooh, and right There's another one. All right. Anything else coming up? Looks like you guys need a little bit of water. Hello, sunflowers, onions, green and red cabbage. This basil's not gonna make it. Oh, gotta get you guys. Look at you guys. So happy. Let's turn this heat lamp off. There we go. That's off. And open up our other little tomatoes. I keep these covered at night because they're still so young. Yep, there you are. Good job. And this just gives it a little extra, even though it's not actually freezing at night. Looks like I gotta get a couple of you transplanted like the other ones inside. But this extra little cover gives them like another, it's like being in another warmer zone. So for every layer of cover puts you in another growing zone. So the greenhouse being one zone, and then the little cups over the top give it another zone. These guys are doing amazing. These are, yep, those are Bonnie Best. Planted those by seed. These little wispy looking ones over here, those are the alpacas. I've only ended up with 2 of those because remember I had some frost damage, which is why I started doing the cups. Got more onions back there. Got some thyme, it's doing awesome. Oregano over there, which I have never been able to grow from seed, and it is doing awesome. I am so happy. So, while it is still warm in here, I think I'll get some watering done and then move on to our next projects. So I haven't started bringing the hoses out to the greenhouse yet, and I'm not sure that I'm going to, because right now bucket of water works just fine. So I've got this cup with the holes in the bottom. This was just something I had plants growing in last year. And this works really well for watering little things without disturbing any seeds or soil. Okay, just like that. There we go. Make sure we get everything covered. Seed doesn't disturb the soil, so seed beds stay put. Let's see, anybody else need water? I think everybody else is good. All right, moving on to the next job. Ended up having to go to the nursery and buy some celery since none of my celery seeds germinated. I think they were older seeds and hadn't been stored properly, but I now have celery. Woo! All right, so I got the door open, the fan is going. I need to go open that back window. So let's run around to the back of the greenhouse. There's my compost pile. Let's flip this and get that open. There we go. Now we got airflow. And now back to the grow room. So before we go into the grow room, gotta feed the rabbits. Hi, babies. Hi, Duke. Aw, hi's my sweet baby. Hey, dinner. How's it going? Hey, Mama. What you doing? Huh? You're gonna have babies in a couple weeks? Yes, you are. Hi, Mama. All right, let's get you guys some food. Now, if you've been following my channel, you know that usually I have my grandson, my favorite little farmhand, here to help me. But with all of the social distancing and the stay-at-home orders, unfortunately, because of the landowner who has, hey Duke, compromised immune system, and so I cannot have my grandson here every day. So it's very sad, I miss my baby, and he misses me. This has been a part of his normal routine, feeding the animals for a year now. It's really heartbreaking, this whole virus thing. Hi, Mama. It's just, it's not keeping families together. I think it's the hardest on the kids. Adults talk about how frustrating it is and how hard it is on them, but I think it's really a lot harder on the kids. The school situation and all of that. But enough on the virus. You guys kicked the lid off of your feed. Why'd you do that? You still got food in there. You being ornery there, Squeakers? You don't watch your P's and Q's, you're gonna be dinner. Let's see. Looks like the quail. Yeah, you guys got food. Okay. All right, on to the grow room. All right, welcome back to the mess. Let's check on the incubator. Having a little trouble with the thermostat not reading right. That is totally not 109 degrees in there, I guarantee that. And why do I guarantee that? Because I rely on good old-fashioned. Oh, there we go. Look at that. It is under 100. In fact, it's actually under 95, which is a little too cold, so I'm a little concerned about that. That does not make me happy. But see, that's why I don't freak out over digital stuff. See, now it says 111. Guarantee you it is not 111 in there. All right, so the first thing that we're going to plant is some zucchini. Now, yes, this will give me 6 zucchini, hopefully. We are doing Black Beauty Summer Zucchini Squash. These are from another plant, from seeds from M.I. Gardner. I happened to get in on a really good deal. I don't know if that deal is still up and running, but you will have to go to Arms Family Homestead to see that deal. I can't pass that on because it's not my deal, but I managed to get a certain percentage off. M.I. Gardner, all of their seeds are 99 cents anyway, so I managed to get like 40 packets of seeds for really super good deal. So if you want to know about that deal, go to Arms Family Homestead channel and find I'll see if I can find the video and put a link in the show notes. Again, I don't know if that deal is still up and running, but if it is, getting a % off of an already really good price, super cool. Anyway, so back to 12 zucchini plants. Nobody in their right mind needs 12 zucchini plants unless, you know, you're a farm and you want to sell a lot of zucchini. But if you've been following me, sorry, allergies right now is just tree pollen insane. But if you've been following me for a while, you know that our farm focus has changed to not only feeding our families, but also feeding a small food bank that doesn't quite get as much in the donations as some of the larger ones, like the big county one. So yes, I am growing extra zucchini. Some of those will be planted at my sister's property, and then some of the plants will also be given to anyone that wants them at the food bank, because in addition to just
helping them with food needs, we believe in a hand up rather than a hand out. So we are encouraging people to grow their own. Now, when you're doing these small trays, I like to take the seed. Now the sprout is going to come up out of this pointed end here. So what I'm doing is, rather than laying it out flat, I am standing it up on end because these seed trays are very small. And I want these seedlings to have as much room as possible to get started. Whereas in most, regular pots, you would just toss the seed in there and cover it up. There's something blocking that. I'll pick that out in a minute. So we're going to get these in here, and hopefully they will germinate well. So far I have had incredible results from the M.I. Gardner seeds. I've been thoroughly impressed with their germination rates. Now let's see what is in here. Now see, I was almost out of my seedling mix, so I took some of that other potting soil I was talking about earlier and mixed it all in, but see, there's bigger pieces, which is what you don't want in a seedling mix. So I just try and, pick those out. There we go. All right. Get that in there. Put those back in there. Something else I would encourage you all to do. Everybody who has ever bought seeds and planted, knows that a lot of these seed packets, come with way more seeds of that particular item than you could possibly need to feed your family, even the average family of 4. For example, okay, so zucchini. There are 30 seeds in this packet. 30. Who needs 30 plants of zucchini? If you have ever grown zucchini, you know that one plant is more than enough to feed a family of 4. So, something I have been encouraging people to do, because right now, seeds are getting hard to find. They're either out of stock, or the companies are unable to ship or ship in time. So what I am encouraging people to do is share your seeds. If you've got, say, example, the summer squash that has 30 seeds in it, you don't need that many. Put aside a couple to store properly for next year, and offer those seeds to somebody else who wasn't able to get those seeds, so they can grow their own food. It has always been something I have taught, encouraging people to plant their own food, and now more than ever, that is important. Really, really need to worry about providing fresh food for your family and not relying on government handouts and doing without because it's just not available. I mean, it's just grow your own food, people. It's super important. All right, let me get these labeled. Find my little cup and start cutting some labels out like I was doing earlier. Okay, so apparently I didn't hit record. Go figure. So let's run through this again. I'm doing parsley. Another packet from M.I. Gardner. Let me show you the seeds. So you see these here? These are parsley seeds. They look a little bit like a cross between a carrot seed and some oh, I can't think of the others, but anyway, they look like a large carrot seed. Oh, caraway, that was the other seed I was thinking of. Kind of like a cross between a carrot seed and a caraway. Anyway, so, real small seed. I've sprinkled them across the top, and then I've just taken the tiniest bit of my soil, fished out any large pieces like the real big perlite or sticks, and then just dusted over the top of that. Now they're ready to get watered in and set over on the heat mat. Okay, so the other thing I missed by not hitting the record button was I was explaining that you don't have to put only 1 or 2 seeds in with small things like parsley seeds. Parsley is one of those plants that does really well with bunch growing or group growing, multi-sowing, whatever you want to call it. So you can put a whole bunch of seeds in one area and allow them to come up. Now, if it's too thick, you can thin them out later when they're a couple inches tall. But for the most part, parsley doesn't mind growing a whole bunch in one group. It's perfectly fine. It does really well. It doesn't crowd each other out. The roots just go where they need to go. So I plant as many as I can in one little cell as possible. You get your best results instead of just planting one little seed and then get one little plant and be like, well, that's not enough parsley to use on anything. Plant a bunch. Feel free. You got enough seeds in that packet to plant a bunch. Hey guys, sorry for the abrupt ending, but I've got to move on to my next video. So thanks again for stopping by Liberty Microfarm. Make sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you know when I have a next video coming out. See you soon.